Initially, there were talks with the Chinese government on the financing for the Mindanao Railway project. And just to apprise you, the procedure actually in availing of concessionary loan committed by China to support Philippine projects posits that the former must provide a list of at least 3 Chinese contractors, which shall be subjected to DOTr's procurement processes. Now, in a series of letters way back in 2021, 2022, from the DOTr to the Chinese embassy, the DOTr requested the submission actually of a short list of design and build contractors for the Mindanao Railway project phase 1. Now, this did not materialize, and the request for loan financing lapsed in validity, which as a consequence was deemed automatically withdrawn way back in end of May 2022. And also in accordance with the ultimatum issued by the former Secretary of Finance to the China Exim Bank. Now, to formally express that it is no longer inclined, or we are no longer inclined to pursue the China ODA funding for the MRT Phase 1, the Department of Finance actually sent a letter to the Chinese embassy last September of this year.
Has there been no response at all from the Chinese side? As you pointed out, this has
not
been
received. We are not sure if the Department of Finance actually has received a reply from the Chinese embassy on this.
No, I don't mean just the DOF's letter. I mean, in the previous 4-5 years,
we have not received any reply from the Chinese embassy on this.
None at all. Not just the embassy, but from Beijing itself.
Yes, from the Chinese government.
Is this because of, I don't know, perhaps the projects also stalled because of the COVID-19 pandemic? You also have the economic situation in China, you know, not very good at the moment. Or is this because of the project viability in terms of it's a project that does not necessarily require funding because it might actually not happen at the moment?
Well, we cannot just assume, right, as to the reason behind the response from the Chinese government. But this project, the Mindanao Railway project, has been approved by NEDA. This has been studied. In fact, it has been in the plan of the previous administration, and it is still in this administration's plan.
What do you think has led to the disinterest of Beijing in funding this? Would you point to the rising tensions in the West Philippine Sea, or would you point to the shift in, I guess, foreign diplomatic policy of this Marcos administration?
Well, we may not be able to assume the motivations of the Chinese government regarding the waning of its interest in infrastructure projects or infrastructure financing in the Philippines. But it would be good to note that the discussions with the Chinese government regarding the financing for the Mindanao Railway project started in late 2016, which this was well into the period of the maritime disaccord between China and the Philippines.
And then, Asek, I wonder if you could confirm for us, in the pipeline right now, at least under your jurisdiction, railways, are there any China funded or proposed China funding for any of the projects coming up?
Well, as we mentioned earlier, just on the pipeline initially is the South Long Haul project, which is from Calamba to Albay, and the Subic-Clark Railway project, and this Mindanao Railway project.
No, I mean, out of all these projects, are there any that you're planning to go to China for still, or there are no more China funded projects?
So far, none, as of now, yeah.